Hello my faithful viewers, today we are going to be working on the sort of sorting problem from the Kattis website. As always, I would not recommend coding in this style for any sort of environment where people are going to be reading your code. I'm only coding with no comments and short variable names because I'm coding for speed. Let's jump right in. First I need to include the IOStream library as well as the string library, since this problem deals mainly with strings. So I'm also going to add using namespace standard as usual, int main, okay. So first I need to read in the number of names for the first query. So I'll actually loop forever to do this because of the fact that I'm reading input until the n is 0. So int n, cn, n, and then I'll check if n is false. So if n is 0, I'm just going to break here. Okay, so that takes care of the breaking out. So now I need to loop for each of the elements, for each of the names. So for I equals 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. So I need somewhere to store my names. So I'm going to import vector. Using vectors just makes dynamically allocating the array a lot easier. I don't have to write the allocation myself. So vector, it's going to hold strings, and I need it to be, I'll actually put that up here. Oops. So I need it to be the length of n, because that's the number of strings, the number of names. So I'll call this names n, and then, storing in them initially, we'll just store an empty string. Okay, so now I need to read in each string and store it in the proper position in names, so names of I. Okay, so now I need to stable sort, which I need to include an algorithm for that, so include algorithm. There it is. And the reason I'm using stable sort is because the problem specifies that the sort does need to be stable. You can read the problem description from the Kattis website. As always, links will be in the description. So it starts with the first iterator, so random access iterator first. So that'll be names.begin, and then names.end for the last iterator. So now I need my comparison function. So I'm going to call that compare for now, CMP, and I'll go write that. So the problem specifies that all of the strings have to be at least 2 in length, so that makes my job a lot easier when writing this function. So the comparison function needs to return a boolean, and then it has the first string, so string first, string second, and these types need to be the same as the types in the vector, and since they're both strings, they are. So now I need to return which one needs to go first, and this needs to be a strictly less than or equal to won't work. So the way I'm going to do this, the problem specifies that I need to take only the first 2 characters of each string. So I'm going to do first dot substring, so then it's position, so 0, and then length 2. This is a little different than slicing in something like Python, since instead of having the last index here, it is actually the length, not the index. Now, it would work regardless, but so since I'm just indexing from the beginning. So second dot substring 0 to once again. So that's what I want to return for that comparison. Now, after I've stable sorted, I need to print all of the names. So for int I equals 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. So cout, we're going to print the name, so names of I, and then I need to put an inline here. And then after all of this, I need to also put another inline at the end here to separate the cases. Let's try running this. Alright, Bach, Beethoven, Mozart, Gödel, Hilbert, Poincare, Polkhammer. It does seem that that is the output that I wanted. Alright, so now I need to submit my solution, so click submit here. Find my file. Submit. Great, it was accepted. Oh, that's a longer time than I was expecting for it to take. Maybe I could make this more efficient. But anyway, thanks for watching as always, guys. As always, I will be leaving links to all of the functions and libraries that I used in the description below. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, or suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thanks, guys.